For those who don't know, my name is Kenny Childers, and I started working at Chick-fil-A at the Pyramids when I was 17 years old, and it was a great first job, and I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared for how busy it could get at Chick-fil-A, right? I mean, you guys all know it gets so busy. It's busy now. It was busy when I worked there, and there's not obviously real-life chickens running around at Chick-fil-A, but sometimes when there were cars wrapped around the building, and I was taking orders outside, I would feel like Rocky Balboa when he's chasing chickens in his backyard, and he can barely keep up. That's for those who get a Rocky reference. It was, I would turn sometimes when I was out there taking orders, I would turn to my coworker, whoever it was, I'd be like,
I can't do this no more, I'm not strong enough to take all these orders. There's too many customers, You want me a minute? I'm afraid.
But, I'm still pretty young, and I enjoy scrolling on Instagram way too much. I think my attention span has deteriorated to pretty much nothing at this point. But, and this is true, I'm ashamed to admit I got a little too excited when I was preparing for the skit, and it dawned on me that Chick-fil-A is open 6 of 7 days a week, and I'm sorry. I think one of the highlights for me of the winter season is always Christmas and these Christmas parties, because I love Christmas. I'm not as big a fan of winter. Not as big a fan of winter. I think the world kind of gaslit everyone to think that the most wonderful time of the year is also the coldest and the darkest time of the year. And I'm kind of in the stage of denial where I typically am in January, where I don't know if anybody else does this, but I pull out my phone and I will pull up the weather app on someplace warm like Florida and just pretend that I'm there, pretend that it's 80 degrees where I'm at. But one of my favorite things of working at Chick-fil-A in general is how high energy it is. There's always something to do. Everybody's got a particular position, and in a weird way, it kind of reminds me of the Muppets and the Muppet Show, where all the Muppets are putting on a show, and it's kind of controlled chaos a little bit. And I would love to see, and I imagine this, I would love to see the Muppets running a Chick-fil-A. And you see Scooter run up to Kermit and say, "All right, 15 seconds until we open, guys." "All right, thank you. Places, everyone. Piggy, you take drinks. Fozzie, you take front counter register. And Gonzo, you take drive-through headset." "Kermit, I can't wait to do all my great stand-up comedy for the customers. Waka waka." "Kermit, I can't make all these drinks by myself." "I don't think Gonzo the Great, should even be here. My assistant, Camilla the Chicken, is not going to be happy about this."
Muppet News Flash, it's 6:32 a.m. and there's already 15 cars lined up around the building.
"All right, you know what? It's fine. I'll take the headset for now. Don't worry about it." "Hi ho, welcome to Chick-fil-A. My name is Kermit the Frog. It is my pleasure to serve you today. What can I get started for you?"
This is Grant from Emperor's New Groove. Hey, Cusco. Yeah, what do you want? All right. I think I'll have some chicken minis and a large Coke, and pair that with my world-famous spinach puffs.
Cookie Monster here with having cookies and cream shake with extra cookies.
SpongeBob here. What should we get from Chick-fil-A, Patrick?
I only have $3. I am Count Von Count from Sesame Street. I will have a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, a number 4.
All right, you know what? I don't think I can do headset anymore. Someone else is going to have to take it. I need to refill the lemonades.
Kermit, I, Sam the Eagle, will take a drive-through headset. I will say, welcome to the greatest restaurant in the greatest country in the world, America.
Chicken drumsticks, drumsticks!
I know, for the last time, Animal, we don't serve drumsticks here.
Fear not, Kermit. I, Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, along with my assistant Beaker here. Me. We have developed a new AI drive-through machine to take orders so you don't have to.
No thank you, Dr. Bunsen. We're not having any AI slop and drive-through. But I think I love Chick-fil-A, but I think it's missing one thing, and it's missing Baja Blast from Taco Bell. If we could get Baja Blast and Chick-fil-A, that would be great, because I can inject that stuff into my veins. And I think I love Baja Blast personally as much as Jack Sparrow loves his rum. And when I go to a soda machine, this does happen sometimes at Taco Bell. I go to a soda machine and they're out of Baja Blast. And I go full Jack Sparrow. I'm like,
what is the Baja Blast gone? Without my Baja Blast, I will have nothing to wash down my cheesy Gordita Crunch, beefy 5-layer burrito, and my nacho fries, savvy.
But it's not just Baja Blast. It's not just Baja Blast. I love Taco Bell, but if I was taking orders for characters in drive-thru at Taco Bell, some of the items a lot of the items are discontinued a lot of the time. So if I was taking orders, I'd say, welcome to Taco Bell, what can I get started for you?
I am Marvin the Martian, and I will take a Mexi Melt.
I'm sorry, Marvin, the Mexi Melt is actually discontinued at this time.
I'm Kevin Malone from The Office. I'll have a chili cheese burrito, please.
I'm sorry, Kevin, that chili cheese burrito, that's also discontinued. I'm Fry from Futurama. What do you guys have on the menu? Fry, I think we actually have double-decker tacos back, but just for 1 week only. Oh, okay. Double-decker tacos? Shut up and take my money. Oh my gosh. I worked at Chick-fil-A the entire time, pretty much the entire time I was working at college. Anybody still going through college here? Anybody? No college students? Well, they're all at college right now. Sure. I really enjoyed my time at college. I feel eternally indebted to my experiences there. And that's actually, believe it or not, that's what it says when I log into my student financial loan portal. It says, eternally in debt. But college has changed a lot over the years. It's changed a lot, where even since I was there, there's so many more virtual online classes, right? And it makes me think of what the School of Hogwarts would be like in 2026. If Hogwarts was around and they were still doing classes, Harry would go to his class and be like, I'm so excited to start my new year at Hogwarts in 2026. I wonder what crazy adventure I'll have this year.
Hello, students. I, Dumbledore, am here to announce that half of all classes are now either online and/or hybrid.
Welcome to Defense Against the Dark Arts. My name is Snape. Mr. Potter, your camera is turned off on Zoom again. I'm afraid I'm going to have to count that as an absence.
Dobby the elf is here to warn Harry Potter. You will be expelled from Hogwarts if you use dark spells, unforgivable curses, or ChatGPT in any of your essays.
That's, last year at this time, I had just taken a trip to Disney World. Anybody else love Disney World? I love theme parks and Disney, and I considered, working through some emotional and mental issues I was having in my life, but I realized I could actually just book an expensive vacation, and it kind of takes care of that for a while.
Oh, don't worry about your financial problems, pal. Just put it all on a credit card that already has my face on it. Ha!
And last year, it was Epcot. I visited Epcot at Disney World, and Epcot is incredible. It has sections for 11 different countries around the world, like China, Mexico, Canada. And this is true. I calculated this the other day. If you go to Epcot, if you visit Epcot, it's still slightly cheaper than flying to all those 11 countries individually. But there's a ride at Epcot called Soarin' Around the World. Soarin', and it features the intro video when you're standing in line, and it says, it's the host. The host is
Patrick Warburton. Yeah, he plays Kronk in Emperor's New Groove, and he plays the chief flight attendant on that ride.
Oh my goodness, Patrick Warburton has such an iconic voice, and he's played so many great characters. There are some days, some characters like that, you just kind of wish, some actors, you just wish they could narrate your entire life, right?
Well, it's another beautiful day here in Indianapolis, and it's a beautiful 32 degrees, and Kenny is waking up at a good time. Alright, who am I kidding? He slept through his alarm again. He's gonna be late for work. Now he's stumbling into the kitchen. He can barely pour himself a cup of hot Joe. For all you listeners out there, I actually play a character named Joe on Family Guy. Family Guy is an American sitcom. It's been running for many seasons now. And, I have some great lines on that show, like, "Hey, Peter!"
But I think he's a great actor. Patrick Warburton's a great actor, but I believe it or not, I think my favorite actor might be Mark Hamill from Star Wars, who played Luke Skywalker. I love Mark Hamill, and I love his character of Luke Skywalker. Especially there's a scene in The Empire Strikes Back, where he is at Dagobah, and he's training with Yoda, and he wants to go save his friends. I think it's just a really interesting scene where Obi-Wan, Force Ghost Obi-Wan, comes to Luke and he says,
"This is a dangerous time for you, Luke, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force."
Yes, to Obi-Wan you listen. The cave. Remember your failure in the cave.
"But I've learned so much since then. Master Yoda, I promise to return and finish what I've begun." And I think it's a really interesting moment for him. But what's funny is a lot of people don't realize, I don't think everybody realizes, is that he actually was able to, later in his career, play the Joker in Batman the Animated Series. And he was the voice of the Joker, Mark Hamill. And so it always cracks me up imagining what it would be like if he used his Joker voice when he played Luke Skywalker, and how different Star Wars would have felt. So let's just rewind and imagine that same scene with him as Joker.
"This is a dangerous time for you, Luke, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force."
Yes, to Obi-Wan you listen. The cave. Remember your failure in the cave.
"But I've learned so much since then. Master Yoda, I promise to return and finish what I've begun."
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here. But I just want to say shout out to Lou. Thank you for letting me come do this. It's great seeing everybody and everybody new, and I just appreciate you taking this time. And have a great night and Happy New Year, everybody.